Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's Trey. And I know another spontaneous live stream, but I had to kind of do it right quick because as you guys know, the master sensei Akira Toriyama has passed off to the other world um at the age of 68, and he leaves behind an incredible legacy with Dragon Ball and other projects that he has created. We all know about Dragon Ball, culture phenomenon, the king of shonen anime, honestly, and manga. Without him, there is barely no shonen, or at least the popularity in the West, anyway. But you know, it's sad because he technically died March 1st, and they told us last night. So it's one of those like damn kind of moments. You know what I'm saying? And it's just kind of sad to see. I mean, like we knew this day was gonna come, but sometimes it's so unreal. It's just like we lost Master Kinjaro, and then we lost Master Kazuki Takahashi. So, so three legends. You know, is it's kind of crazy, honestly. Like, damn, you know. um it's not easy, honestly. It's not easy to read about it. You know what I mean? Like, because what else could you say? We're all mourning his loss and everything, and it's just one of those you know what I mean? It's just, I don't know. And then of course Akira can't stay dead without somebody starting something. You got fat fuckers like Buster Keaton, and then you got Sweet Baby, what, Chris, whatever the fuck name is, where they decided that they're gonna go off and they're gonna bash Akira Toriyama, and it's just like, have you idiots lost your ever loving mind? Like, absolutely not, absolutely not. Like, have y'all lost your minds sitting up here bashing two, and it's kind of crazy. It's two people who are black, who are race hustling as usual, talking about diversity and inclusion, and one looked like a Oompa Loompa piece of shit. Like, it is the most crazy thing ever to really see, honestly. What was it? Does does he, let me see. I'm so sorry. I was trying to see something on the other page. It's not that. um I had got distracted by something, so I am so sorry. But you know, this whole race hustling thing is kind of crazy because why are we even using the person's, Kira's death to start trying to bash him about how, oh, he wasn't good at drawing black people, without understanding Mr. Popo isn't even based off of Hinduism, and he's based off of a Hindu and deity. It's just kind of like, damn, at least if y'all gonna talk the talk, at least understand the characters. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I just feel like, oh, hold on, I'm so sorry. Let me, because I don't want that little thingy, but I found a video, and I'm gonna show it right quick. I'm gonna show it right quick because I want you guys to kind of see this right quick. Well, whoever's in here, because I can't see right now, but hopefully there'll be some people to see it later on. Um, let me let me get to the page because I want you guys to kind of see. Um, where is it? I just had it. Okay, here it is. So so here's
So tell me why I'm scrolling through Twitter, right?
okay.
And I see this tweet come across my timeline that
Look,
says, y'all are saying rest in power for a man who literally designed this racist ass character design. Now, we all watch Dragon Ball Z, so we've seen Mr. Popo before, but
I'm
I
sure.
can understand why this person got mad because this nigga looks like it. Look at this nigga. I can't believe this nigga chose to disrespect Akira Toriyama on the day of his death. Well, since you want to send Akira Toriyama off with that, let's see if we can send you off with this. Nigga, if you don't get your big ass Bridget from Trolls Rage, Shinron, Elder Guru, Majin Buu, Fat Gotenks, Hoggish, Great League, Janemba, Black Yajirobe, Luffy, Get for a Tank Man, Grimace, Queen, Big Mom, Gloria from Madagascar, PJ from a Goofy movie, Bro Sister, Rasputia, BFB the Fag Man, Steel from Juice, Faison Love, Big X the Plug. Look at this fat ass nigga. Fat nigga from 8 Mile, built ass. The fuck up out of
here. I'm sorry, y'all.
So tell me why I'm scrolling through
Twitter. And the person, I think the person had Buster, whatever his name is. I think he had private his page, so I don't even think you can even see his page. I don't. I really wish I could see it. But you can't find him no more because he done private his page. Because after that, I don't blame him though, because I would roast his ass too. That jump was hilarious. And it's kind of crazy because what they say, I think they said the cartels and the mafia had did a ceasefire in order to honor Akira. So you got the world right now mourning the loss of of this amazing man, and then you got Fat Galapagos over there talking bullshit. I'm sorry, I just don't get it. Like, have you lost your rabbit ass mind? Like, you know what I mean? Like, no, we're not gonna sit up here and talk all that stuff. You know what I mean? It's weird. Yeah. What's his name? Person's name? Chris Kendrick. Chris Kendrick. I don't know if I can. I don't know. Let me see. They probably got me. They probably got everybody blocked. I believe. Let's see. Chris. No. Chris Kendrick. We gonna see. We gonna see. Oh, here it is. Look. So apparently this person said a lot of stuff, and their posts, look, they locked their stuff down. And look, the same thing too. Look, the Sweet Baby Inc. as well. So this bastard also was talking about it. Shout out to Chris Kendrick of Sweet Baby Inc. for kicking off one of the most streamlined effects of all time. So he tried to report this person, who was a Brazilian, by the way, and all it did was page monetized or whatever. And look, see, here's what he said. Chris said Toriyama gave us the best and worst black characters in anime in the same series. It took range to do that. Like, what? And now people are bashing him. He's you know, but he's over here playing the victim, of course, saying that people were being mean to him. And I'm just no, nobody's being mean to you. You just had a bad take. And it's funny when the man's dead. You didn't do it while he was alive. And another thing too, look, see, so his account got suspended and then they brought it back. So you see what I'm saying? Everybody's talking about him. Dude straight up told people to get a guy's account nuked because he loves it so much. He wanted to hurt him. And again, all because he listed games. Kendrick deserves all the hate he gets. He's shown his true self, and he's a harasser hiding behind the guise of victimhood. So F him. Yeah. And everybody is just not feeling this guy, which I can't blame him. I can't blame people. Like it's a time and a place. Nor was it the time, nor this nonsense. And it goes back to how I don't know, you guys remember some of the videos I did where I attack, well, I don't really attack, but I talk about blurs, black nerds. And it's people like Chris, that Buster fat ass fuck person, where they are black, right? They say that they like this stuff and then come in here and then play victimhood about how everything is racist, everything is a victimhood with them or whatever, and how they don't really care for anything, or they'll be the ones that would be preferring the characters to be mostly black over anything else, or a little bit of queer too, as we saw the fat as fuck ass, like Galapagos looking ass. Like, are you kidding me? Like, get the hell out of here with all that nonsense, right? So it's people like that that are bad faith, but I'm really seeing it a lot when it comes to the blurred community, where I'm seeing all these black females and these black males who come and demand changes. I mean, the CEO of Sweet Baby Inc. is a female. Like, why? And a co-founder. Why? And she's coming in here talking about you gotta scare them. You gotta scare you got to scare the marketing team and the company into that. Why? What are we doing right now? Let me see. Let me see if I can find a video of it, because it was on Twitter. Because right now, they private everything, so you can't really see a lot of their stuff right now. So we'll see if they got a video. Let me see if they got that video where she talks about scaring people or whatever, because right now it's just memes. I can't, because you guys know I'm not really on it like that. But see, look, look, it's these are the people, and that's the comment right there. Talking about nothing.
Excuse me.
That's all they do. They talk about nothing. Let me see if they got a video, if I can find that video, because it was a video where she was talking about you gotta scare them, but they probably removed. Wait, hold on, maybe this might be it.
If you're a creative working in AAA, which I did for many years, put this stuff up to your higher ups, and if they don't see the value in what you're asking for when you ask for consultants, when you ask for research, go have a coffee with your marketing team and just terrify them with the possibility of what's going to happen if they don't give you what you want. If you're a creative working in AAA,
see, like that's a problem. What? Are you kidding me? Like, stop it! I say, stop this madness. Why is this okay? And this is here's senior editor at Kotaku and stuff like that, and she attacked Gina Carano. She talks about racism and all that kind of stuff, and she's trying to defend Sweet Baby Inc. practices and all of the notions, but people aren't buying it. People are over this company. People are over this stuff. Let me see what this one say. Let me see. Wait.
See, here's a tweet from 2014, not 10 years ago, where Felix at LegoButts decided to at Zoe, saying we exploded their site. OMG us. Zoe responds with at LegoButts, oops, we DDoSed something on accident. What they mean is they were having a conversation about a website called the Fine Young Capitalists. This was back in the Gamergate days. And by doing so, they basically sent pretty much all of their ilk to that website, basically just DDoSing that website inadvertently by having that conversation. In fact, here is Zoe Quinn admitting to that from the previous deleted tweets that she made earlier. Number 4, the DDoS was nothing other than shitty infrastructure on their part, being unable to handle the traffic from Twitter's convo about them. Ah, yes. Let me go ahead and use my large platform to talk about people and blame it on their infrastructure rather than anything else. So going back to the original post, we can see that LegoButts at Felix at Home has direct ties to Zoe Quinn, who also had direct ties to Anita Sarkeesian, who also worked on Feminist Frequency, and now is directly working with Sweet Baby Inc. Everything that people fought against the last 10 years or 10 years ago about Gamergate, about ethics in journalism, about ethics in general, about not having actual agendas being pushed onto players and consumers and trying to force diversity and inclusion into video games rather than just letting the artists be the artists themselves, has never left or been gone. In fact, it's just gotten more prevalent now since, of course, someone like
that is a problem. That is a problem. Look at that. It's so many things. Hold on. What else is being said?
This comment asked me, is Sweet Baby Gaming focused on opinion-based games than actually good products? And the answer is yes. However, Sweet Baby Gaming is not the only company that works with publishers. Someone made a whole entire list
Holy
of the
crap.
different companies that work with other
Look at
publishers
all these
too,
lists
besides
of
Sweet Baby
companies.
Gaming.
Like, that's
The
crazy.
first company on that list is known as Gamer X. They're pretty well known for working with Saint Row for that particular title. And it turns out the developer of Saint Row actually went out of business after collaborating with them. Another company is known as Black Girl Gamers. They're pretty infamous for Forsaken. It's a game that features an original character that's black, but the dialogue is just so terrible.
Did I just do that?
Well, definitely with my assistance.
I did not just do that.
We did.
I just moved shit with my mind.
Perhaps our connection has somehow awoken some abilities.
I just moved shit with my mind.
I just keep hearing I.
I just moved shit with my freaking mind!
That game was so bad that the developer of that game also went out of business too. Another company is known as Hit Direction. They're well known for working on Alan Wake 2. And from what I gather, not many people like that game either. Another person on that list is Anita Sarkeesian, and she is pretty much
recently
with the director
married
of The
herself
Last of Us and
for
gave
her
advice for
birthday.
that game too.
The Ambassador Award honors an individual who has helped the game industry advance to a better place.
Didn't.
Sarkeesian's work has done just that.
So every single time these companies work with these developers, it seems as though that either the company goes out of business or the game flops, or that the game itself have a bad reputation. One final thing I need to bring up is the fact that the director of Wolverine actually hates white people. It's not worth supporting these people whatsoever. They're harassers. They hate white people.
So y'all,
why
don't
should I
even
give
buy
them money's worth
Insomniac's
stuff?
Wolverine. Don't even buy Insomniac's Wolverine, which I already told y'all not to anyway. Just like I had said about the Marvel Spider-Man 2, even before all this stuff came out, I had said absolutely not. It is crazy. People are just like, what the hell? What's this video about?
We work very hard to get marginalized talent into the industry, to protect them the way that we would want to have been protected, to lift them up, and to get them into an industry where they're too often shut out. And basically, I think to take over in the hopes that some really dope people will be able to lead into kind of a new era for an industry that's been kind of, the same way too long.
How's that working for us? Because nobody wants this crap. Like, look, this is crazy. Look at everybody that's just against this bull crap. Like, there is a problem. I mean, hell, they even showed about Arkham Knight or whatever. Hold on. Let me see. I need to a post I made. I made a post about it too. Let me see. What was the post? I did a post. I'm so sorry, y'all. I had made a post about it too. There's a lot of Akira Toriyama thing, and I'm gonna get on the whole DC stuff in a minute too, y'all. Backyardigans creator had died too at 72. So rest her soul. Right here. Look at this. Gotham Knights. 14 writers. Suicide Squad killed the Justice League. 26 writers. What in God's name do you need that many people to write a video game? You do not need that many people to write a video game. What in hell is this? It is the most weirdest thing ever. You don't need that many people, doing this crap. I mean, really, what are we saying here right now? What are we literally saying right now? It is the most weirdest thing ever. I'm so sorry, y'all. Let me get back over here so I can see some of y'all. The utter disrespect to Toriyama Sensei is disgusting and expose these virtual frauds even further, and they deserve backlash that is given. Yeah, Blue win, and it also goes back to the fact of what we've been saying for a long time. You got these people who claim that they're geek girls, geek guys, nerds, or whatever, and then they come into these franchises and take over something that was created by someone the world loved 10 times over, right? And then it'll come in and make changes. Look at DC and Marvel, for God's sakes. Look at Star Wars. What happened? A lot of people who are in charge of them now are females, diverse people, LGBT people, and what they was like, well, we went in here and changed it because we need more diversity and inclusion, and because the old ways was what they like to say caveman like or whatever, and we need to make a change in the system. But what you did was you turned people off, because let's be honest, the people, the fat Galapagos and Chris could never do anything Akira Toriyama did at all. Like, they could not have done anything that Akira Toriyama has done, and they wouldn't even grace his presence. That's how terrible these people are. But what they wish they could do is, if they can get the rights to a Dragon Ball Z game or a Dragon Ball Z, anything Dragon Ball related, if they could get their hands on it, bet you they would change half the characters to LGBT, half the characters would be black, and then they will also preach about misogynist and women empowerment, because they're gonna there's a whole bunch of women that are just sitting around doing nothing and whatever, and we have to make that kind of change, even though the show's target audience is for men, for boys and men of all ages. Like, come on now. It is the most weirdest thing ever. It is the most weirdest thing ever, honestly. And then guess what they'll say? If you don't like it, what happens? You're the racist. You're the problem. How does that work right now? How does that work? Where I like stuff to begin with. I never had a problem with this stuff to begin with. But now, because these weirdos come in and change it, and I make a noise about it, I'm in the wrong. I'm the one that needs to change. I'm the racist. I'm the homophobic. But you came into this franchise, changed it. It's weird. That is crazy that they need 26 writers to write one game or screw in a light bulb. Basically, that's 26 people fighting to get one single idea out. Yeah, and clearly, if you look at Gotham Knights and Suicide Squad, Kill the Justice League, you can tell the writing was all over both of the games. Hell, even they even had some people working on Arkham Knight, and even Arkham Knight had moments where it was just like, this could be better. This could be better. So far, the writing for Batman Arkham Asylum, Arkham City, and Arkham Origins is the best, because Origins, contrary to popular belief, is better than Arkham Knight. Arkham Knight's gameplay is better than all of these games put together. That's true. And the look and graphic ventility for it is amazing. Don't get me wrong. But story-wise, oh God, Arkham Knight stories suck. And you can see it. You can see it. Now that you know there's 7 writers, but it gets Gotham Knights 14. Jesus. Suicide Squad, Kill the Justice League, 26 writers. Holy crap. You do not need a writer room that big. You do not need a writer's room that big. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You can't even imagine. You don't need that much. It's the most weirdest thing ever. I just don't even get it. And then, not even that, let's jump over to a little bit of WB. WB is actually committed to double down on the live service games over Hogwarts Legacy, which was single player. They're talking about, we learned so much and we want to do more live service games. But your 2 live service games failed. Gotham Knights and Suicide Squad, Kill the Justice League has failed. Like, what do you mean we're going to continue to do more? Because I'm telling you right now, absolutely not. Matter of fact, I'll do you one guy. I do y'all even better. I actually got Gotham Knights, and no, I didn't pay for it. It was given to me for free, because when I logged in for the PlayStation Network, it was a free game that they gave me. They were like, here's Gotham Knights. Okay, great. The combat is slow. The story sucks. it just was like, you know, it's not that great. It is not that great. It is not that great. And then, not even that. So not only are you going to double down on games, you're also closed down Rooster Teeth, right? Which honestly, Clownfish TV already told y'all that it was going to close in the first place. We already knew that. But my thing is just like, what did you think was going to happen? Regional creators are gone. When the original creator for RWBY died, you know, there's a lot behind that one. That's not the here nor there. When you start believing Twitter fanatics over the actual fans, and then when you try to put your stuff behind a paywall, oh yeah, most people was out. I'm out. I'm out. You know, lost your mind. What I think they got Red versus Blue, Jim Lock, and Ruby. And let's be honest, once Ruby decided to do that diversity and inclusion crap where they spread the friend group out, and then all of a sudden Gang and the other girl, what's her name? Why am I drawing a name on her? Blake. Once Yang and Blake started dating out of nowhere, even though they had men partners set up in the previous volumes that was into them, no, absolutely not. Absolutely not. So y'all can keep that nonsense. It's crazy. It's funny. I don't even be looking, but I found that Trey is streaming. Yes, Roland Dodge. I was streaming. I randomly decided to stream a little bit to give y'all a little bit of something because I haven't really been able to make a lot of videos talking on it. My day is going great, Najee. Just left the gym, ate some food, and I decided let me jump on the stream right quick. Oh, I've been playing the original Final Fantasy VII game. I can't wait to play Rebirth. I'm excited to play Rebirth right now. I just need some time. But you know, between work and then, you know, trying to do a little bit of something, which, you know, I gotta ask y'all, let me know in the chat, do you guys want me to do like a separate channel where I just like upload quick little videos of me drawing stuff? Because I noticed that when I try to put videos or drawing videos while I'm also talking over it, they don't really do as well as me just putting up a picture and ranting. It seems like you guys care more about my ranting than me draw whatever. I mean, I'm not that anything's wrong with that or whatever. It's just that I don't want to waste all that time trying to edit stuff just for that those to be like the lowest viewed things when compared to like me just plastering a picture up and me ranting. It seems like you guys like me plastering a picture and ranting, which is fine. Because I was working on a Wonder Woman piece because I did review Wonder Woman #6, but I didn't post it because I wanted to put a video. I wanted to put a drawing video up there, but then I was like, do I waste all this time drawing the picture just for people to ignore the review of Wonder Woman #6, or should I just put a picture of Wonder Woman fighting her villain and ranting about it? Which y'all already know I'm going to rant about it. But it's just one of those hard things. And then another thing that really grinds my gear is I be wanting to do like little cool video essays and put videos for YouTube, but every time I try to like work on them or whatever, I always tagged or whatever by YouTube itself. And I'm just like, well, hold on, how are all these other popular pages able to take videos and edit them down? And when I'm trying to edit them down, try to remove the volume out of it, try to put clips integrated in between or whatever, I still get like blocked or whatever. So I don't know. It's so weird. I hate how YouTube works. I kind of wish we can go back to old ways where you could upload videos and YouTube knows that the video is informative, because I feel like it's stupid to have all of these copyright things on things that are already copyrighted. Like if I'm making a video about The Last of Us or whatever, you know I don't own The Last of Us. The audience know I don't, but I created a video of different, you know, moments from the game or whatever to, you know, give the audience something to watch. But then, because, well, you know, you don't own this material. I know I don't own it. I never said I did, but a video of me discussing it for transformative purposes is a thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I feel like everybody's just overzealous and greedy for money. It just like, should I or should I not? What was that? Like that song from Adele? Should I give up or should I just keep chasing pavements, even if it leads nowhere? Oh God. But yeah, it's just been one of those kind of things. That's why I haven't really been uploading, because I've been wanting to like try to get video clips and maybe like do some drawings for you guys. But then when I try to upload it, like I said, get flagged by YouTube, or when I do finally upload it, it does terrible. And I don't want to waste all that time, because you guys know I work like 12-hour shifts. So taking time to really draw something out to put it in a video essay just for it to not get no views, I'm like, I don't know if I should be doing this. Cora joined Fortnite. Nobody cares about Cora. Nobody cares about Cora. Fans of MK has said MK1 is trash. Actually, yeah, I can believe that. I can definitely believe MK1 is trash. I saw the Peacemaker thing, and the trailer was just basically John Cena having fun. I was like, this is not even Peacemaker, so I don't even know what the hell that was, honestly. I don't remember Gang having a boyfriend, but Blake had son. I'm not saying they had boyfriends, but they had guys that were interested in them during the time. They never officially dated those men, but they had guys that were on their journeys with them that you can clearly tell something was supposed to happen between those men. And then all of a sudden, Blake and Yang just start having feelings for each other, even though they barely communicated in Ruby. Like, if you look the first couple of volumes of Ruby, the least amount of people who communicated with each other was Yang and Blake. Now all of a sudden they like each other. Since when? You know, I don't know who is more incompetent, WB or Disney. At this point, both. I mean, hell, let's go back to another post that I made that I was talking about on my page. Hold on. Why did I even do that one? Okay, let's right here. DC Studio CEO James Gunn confirms that he and the cast of Superman Legacy will not be attending this year's San Diego. Are you kidding me? Are you smoking the crack that God gives? You need to show up, because right now people are not hyped. Look, the only hype thing about DC right now is Zack Snyder's interview with Joe Rogan. As much as everybody like to keep talking about how terrible Zack Snyder is as a person or whatever, he's clearly the one that gets people interested to see. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know what to tell y'all. Y'all keep, like, people cannot like Zack Snyder's work. They cannot say he's a bad director or whatever. But this notion of like he's a terrible person, or he's a terrible director, which I'm tired of like hearing it from critical thinker gamers and some of the comic book reviewers. I'm just like, you guys claim that you read comic books, you claim that you know these characters. Okay, understand that every director did something different with Batman, but for some reason Zack Snyder is where we draw the line, but we never draw before, and we didn't draw after Zack Snyder left, because Batman is still doing some of the same stuff that was criticized by Zack Snyder. But Zack said that he wanted to challenge the character and see, like, okay, if Batman is in those situations, can he overcome it? Can he find redemption on the other side? The answer is yes, but you have to let him. If you don't let him, you can't sit up here and say that Batman wouldn't or shouldn't or whatever, because we do kind of shelter Batman when it comes to certain notions that he have. And Zach wanted to challenge that, which I think he did a good job of challenging the notion of Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman, and how they would in the real world. We're not talking about comic books. We're talking about what would happen if the Trinity was in the real world. How would the real world affect those characters? And I don't think the characters would be as honky-dory as everybody seems, which is kind of funny because once again, we allow Marvel to fuck up these characters over and over again, and people will tell you it's a different universe, it's a different universe, it's a different universe. But when Zack does it, this isn't what Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman would do. This is terrible. This is awful. This is too dark. We shouldn't be doing that. We need to go back to what the DCAU did. Really? After the MCU just butchered half of the Marvel characters. Well, that's different because it's a different universe. Okay, then the DCEU is a different universe. You know what I'm saying? But honestly, the guy is likable. He didn't bash the fans at all. He understands, you know, the complexity of fandom. He doesn't even agree with the fact that the fans are called toxic, because he said, I don't think fans are toxic. I think they're passionate, and you need passionate people to pull off, you know, these movies and shows. And I'm just like, thank you. But people like James Gunn would say toxicity to certain people. Like, let's not pretend, but yet y'all will root for that. Y'all will root for the director that'll call the fans toxic, the actors who will be working on the movie. Because let's be honest, make no motion. If the Superman movie doesn't do well, or in interviews, you know there's going to be talking about how terrible the fans is. Yeah, because that's what we want to hear. That's what we all want to hear, you know? Let's see. Am I happy Star Wars old games are coming back with classic collection? Honestly, I don't really care. I like Star Wars, but I never really cared for the video game side of Star Wars, honestly. So hopefully it'll do good. That's what I hope for. Hopefully it doesn't make changes that'll piss the audience off, because the last time I got excited for a Star Wars game was Star Wars, what I think it's 1313, and they canceled it because they decided to shutter Lucas Arts. And I was just kind of completely done with Star Wars video games, honestly. So really, if it happens, it happens. I don't know. Other content creators have the same thing. You can appeal it, maybe. I mean, Rolling Dodge, even if you appeal, it takes a while. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not like YouTube is my career. So it's not like I can spend hours a day, you know, sitting here editing. You know what I mean? I got other shit to do. You know what I'm saying? 12-hour shifts already at work as it is. And you're asking me, hey, you can appeal it. No. At this point, I'm just gonna probably just slap a picture on there and you guys can just hear me rant at this point. Not because I don't want to try, it's just because nobody got time to deal with YouTube shenanigans, honestly. What's my thoughts on Netflix Avatar series? Unnecessary, refuse to watch it. Because let's be honest, Twitter, X gives me enough as it is, you know. I have no interest in that movie. Me neither. Honestly, like, and I'm not trying to really hate on James Gunn, but honestly, like I said, that Fire Cavill like debacerated any like excitement that I have for anything in the future for, you know, DC going forward. Like, I do not care. And then there's reports about the budget being 356 million. Like, come on now, like that is crazy. 56 million. That is way more than Snyder even did for the Superman movie. And that, if that's the case, that movie needs to make $1 billion. And if that movie don't make $1 billion, if it don't even make $600, what are you gonna say? Are you gonna be like, oh, see, what happened was, no, there's no excuse, because making $680 million worldwide with Man of Steel was a failure, or making $828 million worldwide was a failure. then anything less than those projections is a failure, regardless of the situation. And I don't have faith in Superman Legacy. I don't, because right now they need to start building anticipation. So they need to start having promotional images of these characters. You know what I mean? And for them to try to keep everything hush hush with the suits and whatever, we ain't got that kind of time. You need people to for this movie. And the fact that Dune 2 came out last week, #1 movie across the world, right? And yet at the same time, Warner Brothers stocks plummet. How does that work? How does that work? They had the #1 movie in the world. Dune 2 should have put the stocks in skyrocket, but it didn't. It got lower. It lost almost 6% value after that weekend. That is a problem. Who was that Marvel that called X-Men fans probably what was it? I think it was a writer, I believe, or Tom Refor, who's like the executive of the X-Men line. James Gunn, I heard, made fun of a fan asking questions if Superman model was real or not, and he never confirmed it. He never confirmed or denied it neither. That isn't that funny how that works, right? I don't know, Hold on. Yeah. Like I said, Superman Legacy has to make $1 billion. It has to. There is no if, ands, and buts about it. If it doesn't make the money that people want, then I better not hear excuses, because people like to make excuses for the Suicide Squad and two of James Gunn's projects that was straight up failures. It is crazy how you give a company, how do you give somebody who literally failed twice the CEO position of your company? Well, we know that your two projects at our company failed and we lost a lot of money. But here, can you take the reins and run our company? What? How does that work? How does that work? Failing upwards is the most asinine thing I've ever seen. It is weird. It is weird. And then he forgot Superman's day. He forgot the connection that he had Superman with his father. It's weird. It doesn't make any sense. He gets caught in his lies, and people are like, "Oh, how is that lying?" It's easy to forget. No, you don't forget about Superman's creation. You don't forget about Superman's birthday, and you sure as hell don't forget about the fact that, oh, Superman was very connected to me and my father, if that was really true. Like when he did a podcast, he went on a podcast and they interviewed him before he even took the position of CEO, and they asked him about what superheroes he would want to deal with. He said he wouldn't want to deal with the Trinity, especially Superman and Batman. He even said that he don't like Superman and Batman. And you can tell by the Suicide Squad and Peacemaker. Like, think about it. He literally had said Superman had a poop fetish in the movie. Why? What is that? That's weird. And then some people are even rumored that that David Cornsweet is the Superman that got shot by Bloodsport. Like, how does that work? And then on top of that, my thing is the hypocrisy is the fact that this movie is called Superman Legacy, and yet it's supposed to be a solo Superman movie, and yet it has a whole bunch of cast of characters. How does that work? I don't get it. well, it'll barely be better than Batman vs Superman: Dawn of Justice because that movie had too many characters in it. It was an ensemble movie. It was a team up movie. I kind of expected a lot of characters to be in the movie. It's called Batman versus Superman. At least that would have made sense. If you call the movie Superman and Authorities, then I would be like, oh, okay, this man why we see all these characters. But the movie's called Superman Legacy. You know? We need a Green Lantern movie instead of getting a TV series instead. Just shows how low faith on the Green Lanterns to WB's perspective. Because they didn't like the backlash they got from the Green Lantern movie, which honestly, if you really go back and watch the Green Lantern movie, it's not as bad as everybody was making it seem. Honestly, yes, the CGI suits were hot trash, but other than that, it really wasn't as bad as people made it out to be. Thoughts on ending its streaming service in April? Sad. I kind of think it needs competition, but if you're going to do that, then you don't charge more and you don't change things around. Like these localizers, they admitted to changing a lot of things around. Like, no, if you're going to do it right or don't do it at all. That's how I look at it. And honestly, all this is going to do is make people if you guys know what I mean, you guys know what I mean. Across the sea. What's going on, Ebony? Why do you keep trusting Sweet Baby Inc? Because remember, like the CEO said, you got to scare them into it. They've been scared into it. You know? Why does this movie need $300 million budget, but it's supposed to be a small scale conflict? Yeah. And my thing is, I thought the reason why we're going with a cheaper cast is because they can afford to pay people like Henry Cavill, Gal Gadot, and Ben Affleck the money that they need, you know? But then you're going to spend damn near $400 million on a Superman movie? Okay. All right. That's pretty crazy. That's pretty crazy. They really thought that making the guy who made Peacemaker obnoxious was the best right Superman. Exactly. Make that make sense. Superman in the Justice League International. Yeah, the Justice League International, that's what it really is. I love the Green Lantern movie. It's not bad. Am I going to watch the X-Men 97 show? Maybe. That's all I got, maybe, because I don't know. Because I don't trust Disney Plus. I don't trust Disney with the X-Men, and the animation doesn't look appealing. The character designs don't really feel comic booky. It feels lazy. So I don't know. We'll see. People will defend James Gunn no matter what. Yeah, which is true. I mean, which is understandable, but it's kind of funny how everybody loves James Gunn, but everybody hates Zack Snyder. But Zack Snyder has nothing bad to say about people. James Gunn do have something bad about people. James Gunn movies aren't successful at the box office outside of Guardians of the Galaxy because that was tied to Marvel. While Zack Snyder's movies, even outside of the DCEU, are successful, except for one movie, which was Sucker Punch. Wow. Yeah, color me impressed. You know what I'm saying? I never quite understood that. You can like, I'm quite sure you can look on it right now. You can type in Zack Snyder, and there are way more videos talking about how he's a hack, how he's a terrible person, how him and his cultists people need to die or whatever, and all that kind of nonsense or whatever. So it is what it is. But you type in James Gunn, oh my God, James Gunn is amazing. James Gunn did a perfect rendition of the Guardians and stuff like that. He did such an amazing job with Peacemaker, blah 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 blah. And they always want to be like they're the real fans, and it's just like, okay, but why you guys didn't show up for all the other DC movies after they kicked Zack Snyder to the curb? Because I thought that was the issue, was Zack Snyder was the problem. Okay, great. Zack's not here anymore. Why didn't you go and see the movies after Zack left, after Aquaman? Why didn't people go and see those movies? I'm just saying. But you say that Snyder fans, aka the cultists, were the vocal. I mean, was just a vocal minority. I don't know. It seems like they were the vocal majority because people didn't show up to the theater to go and watch these movies. That's crazy. That is crazy. To be honest, tired of solo Superman films. WB had their shot with Man of Steel, and they just bomb rushed straight to a Justice League movie when Man of Steel didn't earn the money that they were hoping. Yeah, which is crazy. But I think you still need to set up a few solo moments. You still need to set up a solo Superman movie first before you jump into an ensemble cast movie. Because honestly, what they should have did instead of doing this, because they wasted money, what they should have did is they should have paid Henry Cavill the money that he wanted and did Man of Steel 2. That's literally they could have been in pre-production, post-production right now. And that movie could have came out year or early next year. I'm just being honest. And people would have been so excited. You would have had people doing theory videos about, oh my God, what is Henry Cavill Superman 2 going to look like? Blah, 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 blah. You know what I'm saying? But instead, you say, nah, bump that. Gunn's casting is better than his directing. Yeah, that's about all you got. The women look bad in X-Men 97. Like, how are you going to have a non-binary character in 1997? That's what I'm saying. Like, that stuff doesn't make logical sense. It doesn't make the sense God gave. It really doesn't. Because we weren't talking about that kind of stuff in the 1990s. The Critical Drinker just came out with a vid about Zach. I didn't see it, but I guess but I can guess what they're going to talk about. Basically the video says the myth of Zack Snyder is over. So I don't hate James Gunn. I just don't like him. Me neither. James Gunn is definitely overrated, and it's only clout to hate Snyder's film because it didn't give him time to develop Snyder heroes. And that's crazy. That is so crazy because I'm just like, y'all talk a big game, but at least everybody else was able to give a chance to develop their characters. Because people have to remember, when Snyder first started this, he was doing a trilogy for Superman movies because Christopher Nolan, Christopher Nolan's The Dark Knight trilogy was successful, so they wanted to reboot Superman and do a Dark Knight-like movie. So we were supposed to get 3 Superman movies, but instead they panicked after Man of Steel and committed to turn it into Batman vs Superman: Dawn of Justice, which, okay, that's quick, but all right, whatever. I still think that after, BVS and Justice League, we should have got a Batman movie with Ben Affleck, and we should have got a Superman movie, regardless of the situation. If it was me, the fact that you thought that you can do more DC characters without having a foundation of Superman, Batman, and Wonder Woman in your universe was crazy. The fact that the Trinity never had a trilogy before we got a second Suicide Squad movie, a Prey movie that nobody asked for, 2 Shazam movies, and a Blue Beetle movie. Like, out of all the characters to give a movie to, Aquaman makes sense because he's one of the original founders. But you should have had Wonder Woman and Superman have 3 movies first. Even after you did Justice League and Batman vs Superman: Dawn of Justice, right after that, there should have been Batman. There should have been a Batman movie, period, with Ben Affleck in there. Then you do Man of Steel, and then you do Wonder Woman 2. Not that bullshit that Patty Jenkins did with Wonder Woman 1984. Did a Wonder Woman 2 movie where she reintroduced herself back into the into man's world, and he introduced Donna Troy. That's what you should have been doing. That's what you should have been doing. Batman, you should have had him after his redemption arc in Justice League, him going back to being the hero that Gotham needs him to be, while introducing Tim Drake, Robin, and Batgirl, Barbara Gordon. That's really what should have been happening in him fighting off Deathstroke. You know what I'm saying? That's what should have been happening. And then maybe if you wanted to, you could have did a Trinity movie where you had Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman, all 3 of them in a movie where they're taking on 3 of their villains. You know what I'm saying? Oh my Lord! 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 Oh my God! I got a donation. Vernon, thank you. Did you see Blurred Without Fear's video about all black X-Men team book? No, I didn't. I didn't even know Blurred did a video like that. Because I don't really watch Blurred Without Fears because it feels fake, honestly. That Wolverine game is probably going to be, well, man will be optimistic, happy, and people will overrate the movie just for Happy Superman. Yeah, that's all it is. And I bet you Lois Lane is going to be the main character, and she's going to be the one to tell Superman and put him in his place. The shame that they effed up Wonder Woman's second film. Yeah, you're right. But let me see. Says Vermin paid for it. We're gonna look it up. We're gonna look it up, y'all. Let me see. Blur Without Fear. Let's see. Hold on, y'all. Sorry, I gotta see the I gotta see the video that he's talking about. He did a video. I'm looking for it. Let me see. Why not just settle for one? Is it Marvel has a black X-Men problem? Hold on. Let me grab some water right quick. Grab water right quick. I'll be right back. Okay. All right. Let me see. Blurred is fake as hell for claiming that the current TMNT run is good. No, the current TMNT run is not good. It's the reason why they did the last Ronin is because the current TMNT run is terrible. Hold on. I definitely get Spider-Man 2, and I'm definitely not getting Activist Wolverine game. No, I didn't even get Spider-Man 2. Yeah, that one. Okay, let me see. Let's see what he's talking about then. Let me share it with everybody, and we can discuss it. Since it's being paid for, we're going to talk about it. Or let's see. Well, let's see what he's talking about at least.
What's up, Earth's mightiest subscribers? It's Blur Without Fear. Welcome back to the channel. Okay.
Look at all those books.
So today's video, I just kind of want to take a moment to sit down and talk to you guys about something that's been a little near and dear to my heart just in the past 24 hours that I've known that it was a thing. So in case...
Really? For the past 24 hours. So that means it really wasn't that important to you. You just wanted to do it just because reasons. Okay, great.
If you live under a rock, it is Black History Month. And I did a video a ways back talking about how I would put together my own all-black X-Men, and that video did pretty well for itself. And it's one of those things that I kind of did it mostly as a way to raise awareness.
We can always talk about this stuff because we can always
don't get used.
We can always answer, rebuke some of these talking points. I'm quite sure people talk about other people's videos or whatever, and there's no hate on Ernie because it is what it is. I'm just saying, to me, he comes off fake for me. And honestly, like I said, I hate the Blurred community because if they feel fake, everything has to be all black all the time, or this black character, why they're not doing anything with this black character. You know how many white characters or other characters that are not black in the X-Men or Marvel universe or DC universe that don't get used that I would love to seeing get used? Like, cut that crap out. No, we don't need an all segregated team, just like lead queer. Why the hell do you need a whole damn team of gays? That doesn't make logical sense.
Former Bird app site, I saw a piece of art by a gentleman by the name of Cody Conyers. If you run in the same circles I do, then you probably are already familiar.
What
with
do
this
I
person.
think about
Their handle is Stellar
Internet
Avenger
Day?
over on Twitter, so go give
I
them
don't
some
care.
love. Point of the matter is,
And I think
they
it's
did a
wrong to
piece
elevate
that featured
trans
a
women as real women.
of
Sorry.
black X-Men characters in
I saw this
one
drawing.
spot.
I
But
saw this
breaking it
drawing.
down
It was
from
really
left to
cool
right,
drawing.
I'll run through all these characters because I don't expect a lot of you to know who many of them even are outside of
Look,
Storm and Bishop.
he-
But
he
I'll
makes-
start at the top.
he makes
with the characters
assumptions.
Manifold, and then we jump over to our strong lady of the group, Frenzy. We've also got the stalwart Bishop. We also have Gentle, and right underneath Gentle, and I would forgive anyone for not recognizing who this is, but this is Sunspot, because Sunspot is in this instance drawn to look more black than Marvel ever allows this Afro-Latin brother to look. And we also have the character.
But my thing is, just because he's Afro-Latino don't mean that his blackness would overshadow his Latino roots. Sometimes, newsflash, being mixed, sometimes black don't overtake the other race. It is possible. Just like I know y'all seen that viral video of that black woman who husband is white and she has 4 kids, and her last child came out as white as snow, and the baby got blue eyes, and it's a female. And yes, this is my baby. No, I did not adopt this baby. Yes, I carried her for 9 months. Yes, I heard that Cat Williams joke more times than you can imagine, and it's not funny. Yes, she is my daughter. I pushed her out. It happens. It happens. So with Sunspot, yes, the reason there are more Latino is because guess what? He lives in Brazil. So Afro-Latino Latinos look differently, and they're not going to mostly be they're sometimes some of them don't take their blackness. A lot of times they look Latino, just like there are some people who have black parents and are now completely white. Like for instance, the actor Cameron Boyce, may God rest his soul, Cameron Boyce from Jesse or the Descendants franchise, who played Carlos, Cruella de Vil's son. The boy, what does the boy look like? The boy look white as hell. But if you look at his dad is black as hell. His dad is black as hell. And then you look at his son, Cameron. Cameron don't look nowhere close to being black at all. At all. It happens because he's mixed. Because I think his mom is Romanian. His dad is black. So he's black Romanian. And you looked at him, think that he was a white child, but his dad is black. So I don't know this notion of just because you're mixed with black means it's gonna always take over. That's not how that works.
For Darwin, we've got Sync. We've also got what I believe is actually Marvel's first drag queen character.
Don't nobody want to be
in
a drag queen
Dark
character.
Veil, who used to go by the name Shade. We have Prodigy. We have Oya. We also have Monet.
Let's
we
see.
also have Storm. We have Bling, and we also
I have a bit of issue with the
Dr.
all black
Cecilia
X-Men
Reyes,
team.
who
For the
is
most part,
Afro-Latina.
most of those
And last
X-Men
but
characters are
certainly
not black
least,
Americans.
Triage.
No, they're
A
not.
character nobody
They're
talks
from
about.
different parts of the
seeing this
world.
image, it
So
just
they're already
really
diverse.
pulled out some
They're
emotions.
diverse.
I mean, all of which were good.
I knew
for
a
the most
kid
part,
who was
with the
very
exception
white,
of one,
but he
and it's
doesn't resemble
anger.
his dad's
Not at the
side, who
person
are all
made
black,
the art, because
which I'm
obviously
more
I
familiar
love the
with.
art,
Yeah.
and I think it was a fantastic job.
And
However, it just
is Bishop
reaffirmed to me that
Abagorian
Marvel has
Australian, not black?
so
Yeah.
many
But we always
black
say Bishop black
mutants
because of the
in
fact
the
that if he's in
X-Men's
America,
corner
he would
of
be
the Marvel
considered
Comics
black.
universe. That just
You
makes
know?
me angry that they don't do anything with a lot of them. There's a reason why most people only think that there are 2 black X-Men, and a lot of times there's people who think there's only 1. But people always say, "Oh, well, Storm and Bishop, those are your black X-Men."
Well, no, the thing about it is a lot of people who say that, the reason why is because the X-Men team is already diverse. So all of those quote unquote white characters and quote unquote black characters, a lot of these characters come from different parts of the world. They're all not from America. The X-Men team, the first 5 are from the United States. Cyclops, Jean Grey, Bobby Joyce. Yeah, Bobby Drake, Iceman, Beast, and Archangel. Those 5 characters are from United States. After that, the rest of the X-Men team, most of the X-Men teams really haven't even been from America. Most of the X-Men team, diversity wise, other parts of the country. You know what I'm saying? With outliers like Shadowcat, who is Jewish, and Rogue, who is from Louisiana or Mississippi. And then Gambit, who's from New Orleans. Other than that, again, the X-Men team is so diverse. So have a quote unquote all black team just doesn't make any sense. Just because the whole team, just because we're black, don't mean that we're all are collective the same. So, and then you want to say that those characters haven't been used. They have been used. They've been used in other books that weren't called X-Men. Remember, there are other X-Men books. You got X-Force, Exterminators. You have the New Mutants. You have the Extraordinary X-Men. You have All New X-Men. You have Excalibur. You have what's another damn X-Men damn team? I'm drawing a blank. But it really doesn't really matter. It really doesn't matter. All of those X-Men teams, those characters show up in those books. Just because they're not major players, it's okay. Not every character in the X-Men is going to be a major character, a major player, because this is a ensemble team book. So yes, Bishop and Storm are going to be focused because they were long-standing characters in the books, just like Cyclops, Jean Grey, Iceman, Wolverine, Banshee, Shadowcat, Rogue, Gambit, Colossus, Nightcrawler. All of those characters I named, they've been in the X-Men books, the main X-Men books, for so long. Even when you take them out and you put in other characters, yes, those other characters are going to be spotlighted, but you'll always go back to the characters that you love because those characters been in the books longer than everybody else. I'm not saying that those other characters haven't showed up in other books or haven't had major parts, because all these characters had major parts, well, except for that damn drag queen shit right there.
Okay. When in fact, there are so many more. As a matter of fact, there are so many black X-Men characters. There are X-Men characters that aren't even in this picture. Characters like Maggot or Tempo, Negra, Angel, Bedlam. There are multiple other black X-Men characters.
There's leaks for Resident Evil 9.
No, on this list. We don't even have Bishop's sister, Shard, is not in this picture
in
either.
sorts
And
of the same vein of someone needs to make a Mr. Terrific show.
Artist, I
would love to.
You can't just put everything.
I remember that alternate black version of the OG X-Men team that came out. Yeah, when Bishop went to an alternate world where every mutant was black.
My anger is directed at Marvel, because Marvel has an opportunity to do something with these characters. And
Canadian, African, Russian, Ireland, Japan. That means your black X-Men team, Prodigy, Frenzy, Blink, Sync, and Darwin. That's it. Yeah, which those are the only ones that are
X-Men team like ever in the history. And like, I don't even really have to point out the original recipe.
Well, I mean,
X-Men
Ebony, when it comes to that kind of stuff, it goes back to the fact that a lot of people have to remember that when you're not reading these comic books, of course, when you're reading the comic books and you don't know about these characters, of course you're going to think that. That's why I always tell people, do not let these race baiters trick y'all into believing that, you know, the world isn't diverse or comic books haven't had diverse characters or whatever. It's just that a lot of people choose not to read these books, but there's books where a lot of diverse characters have taken place. I mean, have been the main characters, had storylines or whatever. It's just that if you're not reading comic books, if you're not into X-Men, or if you're not into comic books, you only know what they show you on, which I understand, but don't have the same vein of being like, well, you know, we got all these black characters and it's a shame to never do anything with them. No, they do stuff with them in other books, in books that a lot of people refuse to read, which with current Marvel and DC, I can't blame you. But back in a lot of Marvel and DC books were really cool and they really expanded a lot of characters. I just don't like these bad faith arguments where you're just like, well, since the team is all white or it's only 2 black people on there, we need more diversity. First off, the whole damn team is diverse. And like they said before, like Fox said, Canada, Africa, Russian, Ireland, Japan, Australia. A lot of these characters, just because they have white skin, they don't come from America. Like, they just live in America. Just because you live in America don't mean that you know what I'm saying? So it's weird. Everyone forgets about the Becklin brothers. I'm not even gonna lie, I be forgetting about their asses too. Bishop got a sister. Yes, Bishop do have a sister, and she showed up a lot, man. Cartoon actually. Shard is kind of cool, but depending on your comics, she's dead. But all the X-Men are back though. Storm had maybe like 3 standalone books. Bishop had a few as well, but even his first solo run didn't sell well, even though it was pretty good. Yeah, I mean, a lot of X-Men characters just can't hold a solo title. They just can't. They're interesting characters, but they work better when they're tied to the X-Men team, because a lot of these characters were introduced in the X-Men. So you really can't have them being solo. And there's nothing wrong with that. Honestly, what's crazy is people about how many solo black characters that Marvel have in general. Like, everybody always be like, oh, we need more diversity for black people or whatever. And I'm just like thinking to myself, like, damn, Marvel actually have a lot of black solo heroes, actually. Like, when you think about it, you have Luke Cage, you have War Machine, who's a character who spun off from Iron Man. You have Black Panther, you have Blade, you have Spider-Man Miles Morales, you have Cloak from Cloak and Dagger, you have Blue Marvel, who actually had a book, Misty Knight, Sam Wilson, we're not going to talk about Ironheart, Deathlock, Night Thrasher, Falcon, you know what I'm saying? Isaiah Bradley. What was another character? You guys know I'm trying to remember all the characters. Y'all got to give me. I can't remember every damn character in the world. Dr. Voodoo, Monica Rambeau, Spectrum, depending on what she is at the time. Patriot. Let me see. Gentle, Black Goliath. Like, there's so many. There's so many solo characters. What's his name? There's so many solo black characters. Heroes. I think, hold on, let me see. I'm drawing a blank on some. It's a character I'm trying to think of a character. Oh, the Prowler. The original Prowler, not Miles Morales' uncle. Let's see. Yeah, like you said, the Belklin brothers, Tom Foster, the second Black Goliath. You have Abe Brown, Hobie Brown. Yep, Hobie Brown was another character. Shatter, White Tiger, Power Man. This Power Man is Victor Alanes. He's black. He's black Latino. Let's see. What's another character? I'm drawing another blank. You have Slide. You have the 3D Man Jr. You have Rocket Racer. Oh my God, yes, Rocket Racer. I missed that character, Rocket Racer. I miss Rocket Racer. He was an interesting case. Casper Cole, the second Black Panther, but they call him White Tiger, I believe. Midnight Fire. You have Debria. You have Wild Streak. Let's see. You have Suicide, and you have the Revenant. Those are a few black solo characters Marvel. Like these characters are solo. These characters are not tied to X-Men. They're not tied to Avengers books. These characters are all solo characters that have either been featured in books or had solo runs. So we're focusing on the X-Men, but yet there are so many other souls outside that are black that they could do something with. That you know, I understand why Marvel don't, but at the same time, it would be nice to at least see them again. But with the current way that DC and Marvel are writing characters, I wouldn't want these characters to come back in the spotlight, because once they do, they're going to change them around to the point where, like, oh God, I'd rather them have stayed gone. What's going on, John? How's it going? Isn't Psylocke British? Yes, she's a British woman stuck in a Japanese body, just like Kawana, who is a Japanese woman trapped in a British woman's body. Love it. I don't care what anybody say. I love that Psylocke bullshit. I love it. I love everything about it. China, Korean, Ireland. Yeah, I love Bishop. My favorite X-Men. Yes. Avengers Earth Mightiest Heroes had the best version of Star-Lord, best version of the Guardians of the Galaxy. Shame they ruined Captain Britain and Psylocke. Shame they ruined Captain Britain, Psylocke, and Kawana. Cardiac, Doctor Position. Yep. You have blood. No, we're not going to talk about bloodlines. Shut up, Roland Dodge. That bitch don't exist. Some characters aren't meant to go solo. Yeah, that's true. That is definitely true. That is definitely true. A lot of these characters aren't meant to go solo, but yet they want people to have, like, they think every character needs to be solo, and they don't. It's okay, because honestly, some of the greatest moments from a lot of these X-Men characters came from when they was in a book, when they was in a team book, than them being solo runs. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of these X-Men characters have had solo books, and they're not bad, but a lot of their major moments come when they're in solo. I mean, when they're in team books. Even Wolverine has like one of the longest running solo series ever from an X-Men character. Even then, a lot of his greatest moments came from when he was in the books. I mean, in the team books, more so than it was solo run, you know? So it's crazy. Also, look at the Mighty from 2013. That was majority black team that was led by Luke Cage. Oh my God, yes, I love that. I love the Mighty Avengers run. I mean, well, that's when Marvel was on all fronts with the Avenger books. A lot of those Avenger books were so good. A lot of those Avenger books were so good, though. But see, that's what I'm saying. That was 2013. We're talking about 2024. The writers aren't that damn good. The writers aren't that damn good. So I love the Mighty Avengers run. I thought it was so unique, honestly, but you don't see no more because there's no more nuance with it, sadly. Let me see what else he's saying.
Personal favorite. I mean, while yes, Storm is a part of the Jim Lee, Chris Claremont early era X-Men, the problem is Storm is the only black person on the team, and really the only person of color other than Jubilee. And while I know some people will bring up, oh, well, what about Psylocke? Psylocke is Asian. She's a Japanese woman. No, she doesn't even count, because the woman whose mind is in Psylocke is actually not Japanese. It's a British white woman who is piloting the body of.
That's still diversity, dum-dum. That diversity. Colossus, Russian. Like Wolverine, Canadian. Nightcrawler, German. I don't know. I don't know what are you talking about? It's still diverse. The team is still diverse, regardless.
Of a Japanese woman. So I don't even count her. And then you could probably make an argument for characters like Beast and Angel. And I'm like, no, just because they're blue, they're still white men underneath that blue. But yeah, I know some people don't like when I bring this up. And honestly, I don't care if you don't like it. The thing is, you should be mad. You should be mad that I'm talking about this, because in this world in 2024, I shouldn't have to. I shouldn't have to advocate for and I want to make sure I'm clear on this. I'm not just even specifically talking about having more black characters in the X-Men. I'm talking about just having more color in the X-Men period. We're just going.
Again, you're saying that, but what X-Men are you focusing on though? Because again, there's so many X-Men titles that if you pick up an X-Men book, you'll see a lot of color. Like, what are we saying? I just said there are many X-Men spin-off books that if you pick up the book, there are so many people of different race, gender, and color in those books. And again, just because somebody is pale doesn't mean that they're white automatically. It's so dumb.
Going back and looking at what the mutant population was prior to the Genoshan massacre, which was about roughly 17.5 million mutants. You mean to tell me out of those 17.5 million people, the majority of them were white? Like there weren't any Mexicans, there weren't any Japanese people, there weren't
Native
any
American,
Chinese
yeah.
people, there wasn't any African people, any black people. There was just white people. It was literally just white people. Okay, all right. Cool. Even today, and don't get me wrong, I love Jerry Duggan, but I know he can only do so much. But as Stan Lee so famously says, the comics you read should mirror the world outside your door, outside your window, and they don't.
And I'm gonna tell you the truth, stop lying to yourself because it does match the window outside your world. Because I bet you wherever you go, you probably either is in a population full of mostly black people or you're in a population full of mostly whites. That's the truth. That is the truth. But again, you have to remember these writing off of their perspective and they're writing off of the popular characters. Newsflash, the popular characters, most of them happen to be white. It is what it is, especially when you're talking about a main X-Men book. But again, if you go back to the list of all the X-Men stories, if you go back to all the let's see. Okay, so what? You got New Mutants, you got Children of the Atom, you got Age of Apocalypse, you got Alpha Flight, you have the Exiles, you have Excalibur, you have Dawn of X, Fall of X, what the fuck these things called? What was it? So we got the Power of X, Rise of X, Fall of X. We have Excalibur. We have X-Men, which that's crazy. That is crazy that that's even a title. Like, that is so crazy that it's called a title. So we have X-Men, we have Uncanny X-Men, we have New X-Men, we have Extreme X-Men, we have Astonishing X-Men, we have X-Men Legacy, we have the no, not Uncanny. Is it Uncanny? No, I already said Uncanny X-Men. We have Uncanny X-Force, we have X-Force, we have All New X-Men, we have All New X-Force. Like, I don't know what the hell is you talking about, bro. Like, you talking at this point, and I don't like it. I don't like them lies, because that's a lie. You're sitting up here pretending like all of this other stuff don't exist. You have X-Men Blue, you have X-Men Gold, you have X-Men you have X-Men Black, you have X-Men Red. Like, come on now. You have giant size X-Men. You have what was it called? Immortal X-Men. You have X-Men Legends. Whew, Lord have mercy. You have New X-Men. You have Young X-Men. You have Generation Hope. You have Generation X. You have X-Men Legacy. You have Spider-Man and X-Men. You have Wolverine and the X-Men. You have the Amazing X-Men. You have what was the other damn title? I am drawing a blank. You have X-Men Genesis. You have X-Men First Class. You have the X-Men Origins. Honestly, what was it like? Because almost every time they was trying to do origins for certain characters. You have what was it called? X Furnace. I hell you say it. You have Nation X. You have X-Men. You have X-Men Pixie Strike Back, which that was another one. You have the Second Coming. You have Hellbound. You have the Schism. You have Alpha Flight, Alpha. Oh Lord have mercy. These damn. You have Inferno. So look at all these damn. I'm not going to keep naming all these damn titles, but I think you get the point. I think y'all get the point of what I'm saying, right? Does Children of the Atom even count? It's not even about that. They're titles. Those are just like titles even before the Children of the Atom. There was a X-Men short-lived series called Children of the Atom before that bull crap. Oh yeah, X-Men Green, for God's sakes. The Exterminator, suppositive of X. To guys like this, diversity means non-straight white. It means different from either gender, race, or religion. This man is literally putting on a show for nothing. Jesus, I know. X-Men Red and Green are trash. Oh yeah, I know. No, but they're still titles. What I'm saying is these are still X-Men that had diverse characters that he was quote unquote saying doesn't exist. That's what I'm saying.
Even right now, with the current X-Men roster, which granted, there's been a lot of death and displacement of mutants as of late, but yeah.
Never underestimate the power of kindness. But of course, not that of a fire.
Sync is the only black guy on the team right now.
And
Kamala Khan, who is now a mutant, she's the only Pakistani person.
And
it almost kind of starts to look like old 80s and 90s cartoons like Captain Planet, where
what are you talking about? The whole team on the Captain Planet were literally from around the world. Only one person was from America, and that was Wheeler. Are you kidding me? Because Ginka wasn't even white. She was Russian. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Oh my God, I'm about to hit him in his throat.
Oh no, we can only have one black person.
Okay, one Asian person, one person from Guam, one person from Russia, one person from Africa, and one person from the United States. What team is diverse? You son of a bitch.
We only have one person from Africa. We have one person from India. Oh, we have one Asian person. Everybody else gotta be white. Sorry, just it's thing.
Ginka's not even.
Rules.
Oh my God, she's not even white.
No, it just you can only have one of each because God knows there's not a bunch of black people that exist in the world. There's not a bunch of brown people who exist in the world. But no, it's I think we should be seeing more.
Oh Lord have mercy.
And yeah,
he is killing me.
Say I want to erase all white characters, but I do feel.
But see, your racist ass won't even. You're focusing on the main team. That's the main roster. But they have several books where there are other people on the teams. Like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? Like, and German. Just because he's blue, he's German. He's not even white. God damn it. The same thing for this one. Russian. Stupid dumbass.
Feel that if we can have 80 bajillion white X-Men characters, I feel like we should have at least half of that representation.
That's what I'm saying.
You spent on other people who exist in the world. Like, where's my indigenous love?
No, she's Russian. There is no technically she's Asian. No, she's from Russia.
They do.
He talks about Mother Russia in the damn show. He's from Russia. Russia and Asian. Asia is not the same thing. Russia.
And it's
I could have sworn damn country different from Asia.
People bristle at the idea of having.
There is no technical. He's not from Asia.
The thing that makes the most sense, considering
because Russia was its own country.
Literally on this picture, there are roughly 15 mutants black mutants on this one
Do
picture
people understand
alone.
what
And I
diversity
literally
means?
named
No.
off about half that number just off the top of my head earlier in this video of black mutants that weren't shown on this image. So yeah, I think it is safe to say you can have more. This is a call to
No,
action. I feel
you
like
don't.
Marvel is not going to do anything with this unless people hold their feet to the fire. If people don't hold their feet to the fire, hold them to task for this, no one's gonna do anything about this at Marvel. I don't even just make this a Marvel thing. I know X-Men is a Marvel property, but DC ain't much better. Actually, DC's pretty damn bad about representation. Yeah, sure, they'll try here and there. And, you know, they did go hard in the paint. Well, I mean, as hard in the paint as you could possibly go for something like I Am Batman. But, I mean, really, all they did was just put the book out. They didn't, like, give it the fanfare that they would.
Because nobody wants a black Batman, especially when you skip over Batwing, who's an actual black character, part of the Batman family, or the Sixth, who Duke Thomas, again, another black character who is part of the Bat family. Instead, you said, hey, let's bring back Luke Fox's long lost brother, who barely be in the comics, and let him steal Bruce Wayne's suit and call himself Batman. Going to be a better Batman than Bruce Wayne. Make that make sense. Of course, people wasn't going to read that book. And again, even then, there's a lot of black characters, but a lot of times DC will focus on alternate reality versions of those characters, honestly. But again, do you really need, when, like before, most people who read comic books, most of the United States is populated by whites? Like, it's the weirdest thing. You notice he didn't say anything about Milestone. Oh, right, because Milestone suck right now. That's why. Because they let black people work on it. And what did they want to do? They wanted to make stories where it's the white people's fault.
Would give to a normal Batman title of Bruce Wayne. So yeah, I don't want anyone to think that, like, oh, I'm putting DC on the pedestal. Not really putting anyone on a pedestal. Really, no one in comics outside of black people do black representation properly.
That's a lie. That's a lie. Don't get slapped. Do not get slapped, Ernie. Do not get slapped, because Stanley Jack Kirby has done it. And the creator of Black Lightning is not even black. And he did a good representation of the character too. It's like, come on now. Stop lying. Stop lying to yourself, because when we give these titles to black writers, they fuck those characters up. Because what do they want to do? They want to focus on the fact that they're black all the damn time, instead of focusing on them being good characters. And the creator of Monica Rambeau, white person, and was able to write a compelling story about her. But then you give her her new run, which is written by a black woman, and the girl can't even write the character to save her life. So no, stop it.
I feel like that needs to change.
No, it doesn't.
Well, we just had
a book
just very recently, which was Bishop War College, which had a black creative team and told a great black story.
No, it didn't. No, it didn't. It was the laughing stock of it was the laughing stock. That book didn't sell much of nothing because people was making fun of it, because they saw it being a political agenda. Because Bishop goes to a universe where the entire world, especially the mutant population, is black, like him. Make that make sense. No, absolutely not. Ernie, don't get slapped. Don't get slapped, bro. Don't get slapped. Like, you are lying through your teeth. You is lying through your teeth. Like, Jesus Christ. I don't like it. I don't like them lies. I don't like them lies.
With black characters. So I feel
Todd
like
McFarlane and Mark Wolfman, good black characters. Yeah,
they did this when it suits them.
And this is why manga is kicking their ass.
Write it for you. You know, if you just think that no one out there can do it. But yeah, this is just me putting that out there. And You know, I know it's going to get some hate. Hell, there's a lot of people who probably won't even watch this video just based on the nature of what it is.
Yeah.
So yeah, it is
At
what
least
it
Blue
is. But
Marvel's
I
creator
think
was
if
black.
you
Yeah, and he wrote a
want to
compelling
see that
story.
type of
He wrote a
change out
compelling,
there, then
and it
share this
wasn't focused
video,
on the fact
pass
that
it
Blue
around,
Marvel
get the
was black.
conversation going.
Well, I
Hell,
mean,
just
it
get
kind
the
of was,
conversation going,
but it was still a
period.
good
And
story.
let's see if we can make
You
some
know?
real change here. And I don't know, you let me know what Black mutants you think have gotten the least amount of representation. You guessed it, obligatory.
God, I just don't. First off, that bullshit in his nose. I don't know what the hell is that in his nose, but it looks terrible. He needs to take that shit out. Ugh, gross. Ugh, gross. Anywho, anyway, who cares who writes it as long as it's a good story? Thank you, thank you. This is why K-dramas, J and movies are kicking Hollywood ass. Yeah, Anthony. I have been swept up in Asian dramas. I blame YouTube for it because YouTube kept advertising like K dramas and C dramas and J dramas to me, and I was just like, all right, let me just see one of them. Then I start watching them. Damn it, this shit's actually good. Then get more suggestions. Then my grandma, because she watches Netflix, she introduced me into some more international dramas from other countries as well. And I'm just like, God damn it, these things are good too. So clearly it doesn't matter. Like, could you imagine if somebody who was writing K-drama was like, you know what? We should have a little bit more, I don't know, black people, because black people are very underrepresented in Korea. What? Why? That's like if I went to Africa and on African TV, I'm seeing a lot of black people, and then you hear somebody make an advocate and be like, the problem with African movies and shows is there's not enough Koreans, or there's not enough Latinos in our television, and I'm a Latino representation because I live in Africa or whatever, blah 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 blah. And it's just like, okay, of course you're not going to see that much of it because the whole goddamn country is black. It's the same thing with the United States. Most of the country is fucking white. Of course you're not going to see that much damn black representation. But even then, does it matter who writes it? Because clearly, no offense, Tyler Perry can't write black people worth a damn. All right. And all of those black representation people you got seem to can't write black people to save their lives. And if they do, they focus on the fact that those people are black, not that they're characters. You seen Shogun? No, not yet. I want see Shogun, actually, Ebony. I do want to see it. It's a septum piercing. It looks terrible. I'm not gonna lie, it looks terrible. He needs to take that thing out. I don't really like men having that kind of piercing. Only women should have that nonsense. Kevin Gunn is very much against black washing and forced diversity. Everybody should, right? Tyler Perry's writing sucks like ass. All right. I want you all to know it sucks like ass. So yeah. But that was an interesting video right there, honestly. But yeah, I mean, have you seen Ninja Kamui? No, I have not seen Ninja Kamui yet. Like I said, y'all gotta remember, I got 12 hours of work, so a lot of things be slipping my mind. So I just see what I can see when I get a chance to. Just like I mean, you trying to read some books. Like I haven't got a chance to read Ultimate Spider-Man 2 or Ultimate Black Panther 1. I saw the preview for Ultimate X-Men. I'm skipping out on it. So if you guys are going to ask me what do I think about the Ultimate Universe, first off, it's not the Ultimate Universe, it's the Makers Universe. We're going to call these books from now on the Makers Spider-Man and the Makers Ultimate Black Panther. What do I think? I don't know yet. We'll see. But I want to read Makers Black Panther and issue number 2 of Makers Spider-Man. So we'll see. But I'm not reading the Makers X-Men because it looks terrible. Like I get it, they're trying to do this whole anime manga thing, but Just because it takes place in Japan, it's still a comic book. It's not a manga. So stop. I hate when they do that kind of nonsense where you have an artist who completely doesn't draw traditional comic books, but then they try to put that into a book. And it's just like, yeah, outside of comic books, sure. But that's not book style. You need to figure out something because that's not it for me. I'm sorry. Them Atlanta boys. Let's see. Not only that, how many fighting games have diverse characters? Street Fighter, Tekken, King of Fighters. Like, stop lying and manipulating me. We have diverse characters. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They'll come in here. They'll come into this industry, and they'll come into our hobbies, and they'll say that it's not diverse enough, or we can do better. Well, we're doing good. We're doing fine. Thank you very much. Honestly, because a lot of times when they try to force a diverse character into a story or whatever, that diverse character don't even become beloved. That diverse character become hated, and then y'all be like, oh, it's because people hate black people, or it's because people hate gays, it's because people hate Latinos or Asians. No, the character is written terribly. You force it down our throats, tell us that we better like it just because it has another skin color that's not white. No, that's not how none of this shit works. I'd rather watch World War II movies. Damn. SBI suck. What? What's SBI? I'm drawing a blank. I'm so sorry. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Oh God. We need to gatekeep. We definitely need to gatekeep. And I think it's starting to become that factor because Sweet Baby Inc. people like, nah, F this. Oh, Sweet Baby Inc. They do suck. They do suck. They really do suck. We do need to gatekeep because it's getting out of hand. That I'm tired of people trying to tell me, a person who read comic books, read anime or whatever, that I'm wrong for liking what the creator has left. You know what I'm saying? And I think right now, what's really gotten people even more irritated was the fact that you got this employee from Sweet Baby Inc. attacking the camera, and it's just like, wait, hold on, we already ain't messing with Sweet Baby Inc. Now you talking about Akira Toriyama. Now we got problems. So I think right now, all of this is doing is making these companies be wary of like, oh my God, we need to leave Sweet Baby Inc. And they need all these other companies. I'm tired of these consultants. You don't need a consulting firm on a video game. You don't need a consulting firm on anything, honestly. I think that you can have a consulting person, but they need to be working for you in your company on your time. You know what I'm saying? And when I mean consult, I mean to see if there's any mistake that was there to improve, not the fact that you think that, oh, I need to come in here and you need to change this character or you need to bring in more diversity and inclusion. No, that's not how none of this shit works. That's not how any of this shit works. You don't get the right to come and try to tell us how terrible we are as fans or whatever, and then try to make changes to characters that we love for a long time just because you want some diversity and inclusion, or if you want us to invest in your company, then I guess you can go to hell. You can go to hell away. Yeah, they really should go away, honestly. Exactly. Look at James Patterson and it's rated for Dr. Alex Cross. Oh my God, my grandma loves Alex Cross. She loves Alex Cross. I get her every damn James Patterson book I can for her. Like, you know how many Asians, Latinos, and Akiras work? A lot of them. Even though I've been bashing Dragon Ball Super because I feel like it's milking the cow and it feels like it doesn't have the passion like the other Dragon Ball series, I still respect Akira Toriyama, and it doesn't negate his other work, his previous works. You know what I'm saying? But I would never say Akira was a bad person. You know what I'm saying? So to have Sweet Baby Inc. attack Akira Toriyama and have these race hustlers like Benjamin Fat as fucker over there attack Akira Toriyama and talk about he's racist or whatever, it's just like, no, absolutely not this game. We're not playing this game. Not today. Not today, Satan. Sorry. Like, I don't get these people. Why attack Akira Toriyama, especially he's gone? Like, that logic makes no sense whatsoever. Plus, Dragon Ball Super was fantastic in my opinion. Well, Tevin, you like everything, so really nothing that you don't like besides John Kent being aged up. But no, Super is bad compared to everything else that Akira has worked on. No, Super is bad. it is trash, because you can tell when something is genuine, and you can tell Super came back not under genuine terms. It came back for, it came back because they needed to cash the cow. The Amazing Spider-Man is a train wreck. Yeah, Amazing Spider-Man is a train wreck, but I'd rather watch that over Super. Yeah. But let's be honest, the MCU Spider-Man is more of a train wreck because it's not even close to Peter Parker. Like I always tell people, it's funny. You know how you have people on the internet always talking about how much they can't stand Miles Morales, and then they'd be like, oh, but I love the MCU Spider-Man. I was like, okay, so you like Miles Morales. No, I don't. I don't like Miles Morales. I like Peter Parker Spider-Man. But you like the MCU Spider-Man, right? Yeah. Okay, then. Everything that you see in the MCU Spider-Man was taken from Miles Morales. Yeah. So you like Miles Morales. Yeah. Technically, I mean the Amazing Spider-Man comics. Oh, yeah. Oh, God. Those Amazing Spider-Man comic books by Zap Wells. Oh, Jesus Christ. Ugh. We don't even talk about those books no more. Those books, ugh. Dragon Ball Dama doesn't exist in my opinion. Well, Dragon Ball Dama does exist because that's the one that Akira Toriyama was heavily worked on. Like remember Dragon Ball Super, he only executive produced, and he wrote like outlines and then let Toritaru and Toei Animation do whatever the hell they want to. It's kind of like the same thing with GT. Like, you know how a lot of y'all be like, well, GT isn't canon because Akira Toriyama didn't really work on it. Well, technically, Super wouldn't be canon because he didn't work on the manga and he didn't work on the series. All he did was write outlines for it and then let Toei and Toritaru do whatever they want to. It's the same thing with GT. He wrote an outline for GT. He did a few character designs, and then he let Toei Animation have fun with GT. So, if we have to accept Super, you have to accept GT. And Dama is him fully focusing on working on the anime for real. Like, this is going to be the first time Akira has worked on the anime since Dragon Ball Z. So we kind of have to accept that because that is what he wrote. It seems like it's his Redux version of GT, honestly. You can hear how excited Toriyama was when asked in interviews by Dama. Yeah, you can. So, because it's the first time he working on it outside of Dragon Ball Z. Like, Dragon Ball Z was the last time Akira had fully hands on for the franchise. While the other stuff, he did write outlines for it and then let everybody else do it, except for those Dragon Ball Super movies where he did have his hand in them, even if those movies were hot messes. DB Super wasn't great. I've been critical of some of the recent stuff, but that doesn't negate how great the series of Dragon Ball in general is. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm a fan of it. I'm a fan of Dragon Ball. But even I can admit when certain things are not good. You know what I'm saying? Like, for instance, half the fan base hate GT. Does that mean they hate Akira Toriyama? Does that mean they hate the franchise? No, they just don't like GT. So just like for me, I don't like Super. I think Super is a cash cow because he doesn't have passion behind it. You know what I'm saying? It felt like you can tell they only brought it back because they're thirsting for Dragon Ball. Like, we need more Dragon Ball. Akira, can you give us something Toriyama Sensei, can you give us something? Here's an outline. Have fun. Okay, great. Oh wait, hold on. I got another super chat. Oh my god. Let's see. Hey Trey, is it safe to buy all the comics from DC Rebirth? What comics to stay away from, and keep up the great work? I love listening to you. Oh my god, thank you, Pride Tom. Yes. Actually, let's see. All of the books from DC Rebirth are fine. I would probably not really give my all into Batman, because Batman was disappointing. Let's see. The Justice League books were okay as well, but most of the comic books from DC Rebirth were pretty, especially Superman, Action Comics, Super Sons. Oh my god, love it. Titans. Oh my god, fantastic. It was really cool. It was really good to see DC Rebirth. But after that DC Rebirth banner stops, then drop the books, because most of them go back to being hot garbage. It's just like, damn it. Like, I don't know what the fuck they was thinking. Excuse me, y'all. Let's see. What was let me see what all the books were again. Okay, so Batman. You had Batman Detective Comics. Detective Comics was really a good one. Not really Batgirl. Stay away from Batgirl, because Batgirl really wasn't all that interesting. Nightwing was really good up until he got shot in the head. All-Star Superman. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't read All-Star, so I can't really say. Batgirl and the Birds of Prey, not really neither. Batwoman was really good. You can read that one. Action Comics was pretty good. Superman was really good. Wonder Woman was good. The new Superman was pretty fun. Superwoman was pretty fun. Not really Supergirl. Oh my god, I love it. Oh my god, the Trinity was so good, and I'm so mad there's not like an ongoing series with Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman. There should always be a Trinity book. Aquaman was definitely good. The Flash, pretty good. Green Lanterns was amazing. Hal Jordan and the Green Lantern Corps, that was really good. Justice League wasn't bad. Amazing. I don't know. I didn't read Cyborg. The Teen Titans wasn't actually. The Teen Titans was pretty good. And Justice League of America, actually, that was a really fun book to read. Green Arrow, Deathstroke, not Harley Quinn. I didn't read Hellblazer, so I can't say. So maybe you read Hellblazer, you might have one. Oh, Red Hood and the Outlaws. That was a fun book too. The Dark Trinity was amazing. Suicide Squad was actually pretty good though. The Suicide Squad Rebirth run was pretty good. I don't know anything about Blue Beetle, and I didn't read Batman Beyond. I just completely forgot about Batman Beyond. Super Sons, definitely. And then let's see, I think that's everything I remember. I think that was all the books. Yeah, I think that was all the books. Well, no, wait, hold on. You got all the preclude for the Dark Knight's Metal. So you got Dark Days, The Forge, Dark Days, The Casting, Batman, The Red Death, Batman, The Murder Machine, Batman, The Dawnbreaker, Dark Days, The Forge, and Casting, Batman, The Drown, Batman, The Merciless, Batman, The Devastation, and then you have Batman Lost, Batman Who Laughs, and the Dark Knight's Metal books, and then Dark Rising, The Wild Hunt. And then, of course, Justice League versus Suicide Squad, Doomsday Clock, and Batman and the Signal issue 1 through 3, and Justice League No More Justice 1 through 4 as well. And then I think Hawkman, you can probably add Hawkman into that one as well. That was a really good one too. But yeah, that was pretty much it for the DC Rebirth titles. After that, all the other books are, after like probably about between issue 40 to 50 is when they lose the DC Rebirth banner, and then the stories become hot shit after that. But I hope that answers your question. Plus, technically speaking, Dragon Ball superhero, I thought was amazing to see my boy Gohan being a hero again. It was great to see Gohan again, but I hated the style. I hated the style that they were going with that movie. I was just like, oh God, just go back to 2D, please. If there's one thing Japan can't do, 3D. Japan, please, I beg, enough 3D anime. I don't want to see it no more. Please. All that is good and mighty in the world. No more. You guys are good at 2D animation. Stay there. Let's see. Well, Teen Titans Academy happens after all of the DC Rebirth stuff, so you don't have to worry about that. But most of the Rebirth titles were pretty good. You can read everything up there that says DC Rebirth. Once they drop the banner of DC Rebirth, most of the stories suck, especially Batman. The CEO of Sweet Baby Inc., Kim Blair, said that they can go to game studios as if the head said no, and we go to the marketing team and terrify them into giving us what we want. Yeah, blackmail. Yeah. Trinity was fantastic. Yes, we need more Trinity books. He didn't have any involvement with Dragon. No, he did not. That's why he did the Dragon Ball Battle of the Gods movie, because he was so pissed off with Dragon Ball Evolution. Comics has way too many events. Yes. Do you really think Dark Knight's Metal was really a Wonder Woman book? No, it was a book. You thinking about after the Dark Knight's Metal. Hold on, wait, god damn it. Which one was it called? Fuck. Hold on. No, you're thinking about the sequel. You thinking about the sequel to it, where it was so wait, hold on. Shit. No, because there was a sequel. Hold on. Wasn't it? Yeah. You thinking about Dark Knight's Death Metal, right? Because remember, you have Dark Knight's Metal and then you have Dark Knight's Death Metal. Dark Knight's Death Metal was the Wonder Woman series. But my thing is, the problem is they never set it up for one, because I was reading a lot of those books and they never put Wonder Woman in the center of attention. So it's just kind of like, that's crazy that it's not a Batman event. It's a Wonder Woman event, but they never set it up in none of Wonder Woman's books. Death Metal was just a hot mess. It was a hot mess. And I hate the fact that Greg Capullo and Scott Snyder did this book, because it's just like, if you're going to sit up here and say that the book was about Wonder Woman, you should have set it up in other stories. Like, there was no setup in Wonder Woman books. None of the Wonder Woman books at all. There was no setup in any books. There was no setup in Superman books. Like, usually if you're going to have a character like this, at least in the Batman books, at least when Batman and Superman have events, they're set up in other books, or they're set up in their main story books. So when it does happen, it's not out of nowhere. Dark Knight's Death Metal kind of happened. Like, Death Metal just happened, and the main character is Wonder Woman. Since when? Since when? Since when? You know? It didn't make the damn sense God gave. Like, how the hell are you gonna say Wonder Woman was the main character? I'm just thinking, like, okay, but you didn't write any prelude to it. There was no Wonder Woman spinoff books, like a prequel book series that even set her up. And y'all know how I feel about Wonder Woman. I'm a big fan of Wonder Woman, but to not even set that shit up was kind of crazy. But it is, honestly, it is what it is, and what it is what it ain't. Yes, Japan can't do 3D, not at all. They're good at 2D. But it's getting to the 2-hour point, guys. I am so glad you guys came for my live stream. Is Tom King's Wonder Woman run worse than the previous run? I mean, honestly, Wonder Woman comic books have been terrible regardless. the only thing that Tom King did for this Wonder Woman run was get eyes on Wonder Woman books, because even though people don't like even though they don't like Tom King, they're curious on how he's writing her, which getting people to buy the book. So that's that. You know what I'm saying? But other than it's okay. It's decent. Am I hyped for Joker 2? Not really. Not really. And also sorry for making you suffer through Ernie and his nose piercing. He needs to take that shit off, honestly. If you ask me, I just want to snatch that hoe off. Like, take that thing out. But let me see. Hold on. Let me answer Tevin's last question. Death Metal was a setup in Scott Snyder's Justice League book. Yeah, and that's great, Tevin. But my thing is right there. Why you didn't have Wonder Woman be the main character in that book? You could have had the Justice League book and on Diana and her struggles or whatever. So that way, when the book did happen, when Dark Knight's Death Metal happened, it was like, okay, because it was set up with Diana. I mean, hell, they didn't even do anything with Justice League Dark, and that had Wonder Woman star, and they had a cool Wonder Woman crossover event with Justice League Dark. Why didn't they even do that? You know what I'm saying? It's weird. Mm-hmm. Am I excited for Stellar Blade? Am I excited for Stellar Blade? Yes, I am, and I can't wait to play it. Nose rings are very gay, and I find it unattractive when when girls wear it too. Yeah, the skeptic thing, I just don't like it. You can have a nose piercing, but when you got like that big old thing in your nose, it just looks weird to me. That's just my personal opinion. Are you excited for Hellblade 2? Actually, I don't know anything about Hellblade. Tevin, I'm not even gonna lie. I don't know anything about Hellblade. I didn't even look it up, so I couldn't even tell you if I was excited about it or not. I'll have to check it and get back with you. Larry David and Elmo was funny. Wes from Thinking Critical hates death metal. I hate death metal too. I think death metal was horseshit. I think it was horseshit. Is the future female in your opinion? By the rate the United States going and the Western world going, it looks like it. I have to check it out. I'm quite sure Blade is probably good. I heard good things about it, but I just haven't had time to really sit down and look at it, because honestly, this is the first time I'm really hearing about Hellblade 2. When did Hellblade 1 come out? I heard the Joker 2 is going to be a musical. Yes, that's what I heard too. VV apps more K-dramas. Oh yes, like I need more K-dramas in my life. What's your thought on female Daredevil? You mean Elektra? Just say Elektra. Like, that's what she is. Her name is Elektra. She just wears a Daredevil costume. Indeed, the first game was amazing. See, I didn't even know there was a first game. See, that's what I'm saying. Like, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth is looking promising. Yeah, people are loving it from what I'm saying, from what I've seen. And I can't wait to play it. I can't wait to play Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. But right now I haven't got a chance to buy it yet. But I am working on a Final Fantasy VII game. I just beat Gotham Knights, which was a hot mess. Do you guys want me to do a video on my thoughts about Gotham Knights? Let me know, because I'm working on Stranger of Paradise. And I got Final Fantasy, and I got a few other games on my Nintendo Switch that I'm going to be working on soon too. I try to play an hour or two video games when I get some downtime. You know what I mean? I say go for it, because the Gotham Knights was disappointing. You ain't lied there, but hell, with 17 damn writers, I can see why. Like, Gotham was just, Lord have mercy. Give me strength. Oh, Lord have mercy. Lordy. I don't know why they decided to make Joker 2. Well, I couldn't tell you. I ain't even gonna lie to y'all. But yeah, that was it, guys. Thank you for joining me on this little live stream. I'm so glad you guys were able to come in and hang out with me for a bit. You know how I go. Since I don't really get a chance to really schedule a live stream like I used to, because you just never know with work or life or whatever. But I at least try to do a live stream once in a while for you guys, so you guys can like interact and talk to me or whatever and stuff like that. But yeah, follow the channel, share it, or whatever those words is. I'm not at that promotional thing, but you guys know the usual promotional stuff for YouTube. If you like it or subscribe it or whatever that thing is. God damn it. What they say? They say like, comment, subscribe, or something like that. Something like that. Well, you guys know what I'm talking about. You guys know what I'm talking about. But yes, thank you for joining me. I will catch you guys later. Thank you for joining me, and I will appreciate everybody who comment and joined or watched the live stream. Thank you for entertaining me for 2 hours, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace out.